second floor of my house, there are four large bedrooms located around a central hallway landing and a bath. When central plumbing was added to the house, the doorway to the bedroom, located to the right of the stairs, was closed off. A bathroom enclosed on that end of the hall, and a doorway placed immediately at the right of the head of the stairs leading into the bedroom. On the bedroom side of the wall, a closet was built where the doorway had previously been. Perhaps these renovations may be the answer to some of the strange feelings people sometimes get while upstairs. The closet in this particular room has always been one that gave me, as well as others, a very uneasy feeling. As a child, I was sure that someone was in that particular closet, and fully expected, while in that room, to see the door creak open and someone or something emerge. Likewise, on the opposite side of the wall, in the bathroom, there are feelings of being watched. The shower and tub are located along this particular section of wall. While bathing, I would sometimes be overpowered with the eerie feeling of being watched. The odd thing was, it emanated from the shower wall, not outside the tub. I would even find myself examining the wall for hidden, tiny peepholes. So strong was this paranoia. Years later, after doing some reading concerning hauntings and the paranormal, I feel I may have stumbled upon the answer. Since the original hallway led through the bathroom area and entered the bedroom through where the closet is now located, it seems logical to assume that this would be the path the ghost would travel. It stands to reason that he would follow the path known to him while living. Thus, the sensation of a presence where none would normally be. Poor fellow. He probably wondered why a wet, naked child was sitting in his hallway. The very first house I can remember living in always brought bad memories for me. We moved in when I was about 3. It was a nice house, but it was old and really small. Nothing weird happened until I was probably 6, and my older cousin would come over and babysit when my parents went out. She was the first person that ever showed me a Ouija board. At the time, she was 12, and I thought she was crazy. But I did what she showed me, and we attempted to contact a spirit or whatever we were looking for. I put my hands on it, and it started to move. But I obviously thought she was just joking and was moving it herself. It really wasn't spelling anything significant anyways, except for the word bathroom over and over again. I figured she was just trying to make me afraid to go into the bathroom. She told me you were supposed to wait until it said goodbye. But I got bored and just left it there. I didn't think it would affect anything until strange things did start to happen in the bathroom. It was never really anything major. Just simple things like objects falling off shelves when you knew there was no way they could have fallen off. The water would turn off and on by itself. But everybody just assumed there was a problem with the plumbing. I told my cousin about the strange things happening in there, and she wouldn't believe me. Until one night, she spent the night and we were in the bathroom brushing our teeth. Just out of habit, we completely shut the door and locked it behind us. We were at the sink and the door unlocked by itself and flew open, slamming into the wall behind it. We knew there was nobody else at home, and there were no keys to the door, so there was no explanation for it. Even she was scared this time, so we ran to my bedroom and hid under the covers until my parents got home. I think it would still probably scare me if it happened today. After that incident, my parents were sleeping in their bed one night, and my dad has this gun that his grandfather gave him when he was a little boy. He always keeps it locked up in this cabinet, and nobody touches it or uses it. Everybody was awakened by a gunshot. I remember hearing it too, because at that time I was about 8 and didn't forget it. My parents called the police, thinking somebody was in the house. They got to our house and checked everything. The gun was lying on the floor underneath the window, and the glass to the window was shattered everywhere. There were no signs of anybody coming into the house, and nobody could figure out how the gun had even gotten unlocked out of the cabinet when everybody was asleep. My parents just had the window replaced and didn't think too much about it. But I always thought, even at that age, that it had to have been something supernatural. There weren't any other possibilities as to what had happened. About a year after that, we moved from the house, and nothing out of the ordinary has ever happened since. Maybe the house was haunted. I don't know and don't really care to find out. I'm just glad we have peace now. This experience happened to my father and my mother's cousin. One night, they came home late from work. They were security guards, and they got off about 12 midnight that night. Well, they got home, and my father had forgotten his key. So he knocked on our door. My mother was usually awake, and so she would open the door for them. Well, no one answered, but all my father could do was knock, so he did for a couple more minutes. After a while, the door was unlocked and opened. Our bathroom was directly in front of the door. We lived in a trailer house, and as he walked in, he saw the bathroom door close and the light go on. Since my dad had just gotten out of work, he needed to go, so they went into the living room to wait until my mom finished using the bathroom. My mom's cousin needed to go home, but he also needed to go to the restroom, so he waited also. While they waited, they made a lot of noise, laughing and talking, like they always did, about work. It didn't bother us, because the door to our room was closed. Well, a couple of minutes passed by, and soon it was about half an hour. My father decided to ask my mother to hurry it up, so he went to the bathroom, and no one was in there. He and my mother's cousin used the bathroom, and then he went to check on us. We slept in the room with my parents, me and my younger brother, and we all were sound asleep. My father then tried to wake my mother and asked her why she didn't tell them that she had finished using the bathroom. It took him a while because she was in a deep sleep. When she finally woke up and he asked her, she claimed that she was asleep and hadn't gotten up at all during the night until then. She also said she didn't hear them laughing and talking in the living room. Well, after that incident, my dad had to walk my mom's cousin home that night. And every night after that, I hope you enjoyed my story. Bye.